Welcome you all for this demo session of bridge engineering. So I want to show you. So this is one approach road. This is a bitumen pavement. Let us assume this is bitumen pavement. This is another approach road. To connect these two approach roads, we are using a bridge structure here. We are constructing a bridge structure here. This is a bridge. This is a top view of the bridge. This is two-lane road bridge. So this is a longitudinal section of the bridge. This is span. These are the two abutments. These are the two supports. We call this as abutments, two supports. So now we'll see how the load will distribute, how the load dispersion will takes place in this. So let us suppose this is one vehicle. I am placing a vehicular load here. Let us suppose this is IRC class A tracked vehicle. Because of this application of IRC class A vehicle on this deck slab, the load, whatever the load applied on the top of the slab, the load will transfer to the bottom of the slab. From this bottom of the slab, load will disperse to the near support. From the support, the load will disperse to transfer to the foundation to ground. So like that the load will transfer. Load transformation will takes place. So this is a span. This is width of road. This is width of bridge or width of road, and this is span, length of bridge. This is a length of bridge, and this is a width of bridge. Okay, this is two-lane road bridge. Width is B and length is L. So we need to design this bridge. So in our curriculum, first topic is design of deck slab. So this is deck slab. The dimensions of deck slab is, this is a length of deck slab is L, width of deck slab is B, and this portion is curve. This is curve. Generally we'll consider 80 mm thick curve, 80 mm thickness of curve. So this if it is a two-lane road bridge, the width of bridge will be considered as 7.5 meters. Okay. So now design of deck slab. For the design, we have to calculate what are the possible loads coming onto the deck slab that we need to calculate. What are the possible loads coming onto the deck slab that we need to calculate first? So let us suppose this is a deck slab. These are the two supports. We are applying loads here. I am applying load here. Vehicle is moving in this direction. Like that, vehicle will move. So I am applying load here. Because of this application of this load will transfer to the slabs. From the slab to the supports, load will transfer to the supports. These are the two supports. Okay, right. For the design, what are the main for the design, we require maximum bending moment, design bending moment we require, and design shear force we require. How are we going to calculate design bending moment and design shear force? We'll see here. So design bending moment is equal to dead load bending moment plus maximum dead load bending moment plus maximum live load bending moment. So design bending moment is equal to maximum dead load bending moment plus maximum live load bending moment. So how are we going to calculate dead load bending moment? Dead load bending moment can be calculated. Dead load bending moment will be calculated. So it is simply resting on, this deck slab is simply resting on two supports here. deck slab is resting on two supports. This is one support and this is another support. For the calculation of maximum bending moment, dead load bending moment, we'll use formula. This is uniform. It is like a uniform distributor load. So maximum bending moment is equal to WL square by 8. So it is a uniform distributor load. WL square by 8, that formula we are going to use. How are we going to calculate small w? Small w is the intensity of load per meter square area. So first, for that we require dimensions of the deck slab. Depth of deck slab we require, and unit weight of this concreting material we require. So if you multiply that, so the concept is, for the calculation of maximum bending moment due to dead load, we'll use the formula WL square by 8. Why? Because this is simply, the deck slab is simply resting on two supports. So that's why simply support beam with uniform distributor load condition law, we'll use the maximum bending moment formula is WL square by 8. Similarly, for getting maximum shear force due to dead load, we'll use the formula WL by 2. So WL by 2, that is a formula. So this is a calculation of dead load bending moment and dead load shear force. For the calculation of dead load bending moment, we will use WL square by 8. For the calculation of dead load shear force, we will use WL by 2. Now we need to calculate live load bending moment and live load shear force. So we need to calculate live load bending moment and live load shear force. Okay, for the calculation of live load bending moment, so we have to place the vehicle in different positions. In this first position, this is second position, this third position, like that we have to place the vehicle in different positions. So if you see, observe this one, to get maximum bending moment, we have to place the vehicle in such a way that the vehicle must be, CG of the vehicle must be coincide with the center of the bridge, center line of the bridge. Let us suppose this is center line of the bridge. The CG of the vehicle must be coincide with the center line of the bridge. Then we will get maximum bending moment. Okay, maximum bending moment. For the getting maximum bending moment, we have to arrange the vehicle like this, and we have to calculate. We have to take moment at this section. We have to calculate moment at this section. How to calculate moment at this section? Here one reaction is there. Here due to weight of we have to consider this load, and we have to take moment at this section. Clockwise moments are considered as positive and anti-clockwise moments are considered as negative. Like that, if you calculate moment at this section, that is a maximum bending moment. That is a maximum live load bending moment. So for the design, we'll use maximum live load bending moment. For the calculation of maximum shear force, where the position of vehicle must be like this. That means the vehicle must be near to the supports. So shear force is maximum at the near the support. So for the getting maximum shear force, we have to place the vehicle near to the support. So this is the position for the getting maximum shear force. We have to place the vehicle IRC class A tracked vehicle near to the supports, and we need to calculate maximum shear force at the support. Okay, maximum live load shear force we have to calculate. Now, so design shear force is equal to dead load shear force plus live load shear force. So shear force kosam we have to place the vehicle like this. Dead load shear force ante only self weight of the deck slab will consider for the design of for the calculation of dead load shear force, that is WL by 2. For the calculation of live load shear force, we have to place the vehicle near to the support. Near to the support, and we have to calculate shear force at this support. Okay. Now for the calculation of design bending moment, design bending moment is equal to dead load bending moment plus live load bending moment. For the calculation of dead load bending moment, we are using WL square by 8 formula. For calculation of live load bending moment, we have to place IRC class A tracked vehicle at the center of the span. That means the center of the vehicle must be coincide with the center line of the bridge, so center line of the bridge. Okay, so if you place the vehicle like this and if you calculate bending moment at the center, then you will get maximum live load bending moment. That is nothing but maximum live load bending moment. That if you calculate bending moment at center, that is a maximum live load bending moment. Okay, so now design bending moment is equal to dead load bending moment plus live load bending moment. Design bending moment is equal to dead load bending moment plus live load bending moment. So this moment value will be considered for deciding thickness of slab or depth of slab. Okay, from IS 456-2000 we'll use this formula, m is equal to Q into BD square. So this is the formula used for calculation of moment of resistance. So here we have design moment, we have design moment. So if you substitute design moment and per meter width of the span, we are going to calculate depth of slab required. We are going to calculate. Okay, similarly for the calculation of reinforcement details, same we will use formula m is equal to sigma st into ast into b into a factor. So from that we are going to get ast value. If you substitute sigma st from steel this IRC 21, from IRC 21 we will have sigma st values. So if you substitute sigma st and per meter span, per meter length, b is equal to per meter width of the span, we are going to get AST value. Area of main reinforcement will get area of distribution reinforcement kuda manaku calculate cheskuntamandi. So this is the design procedure. For the design is nothing but finding depth of slab and finding dimensions. Design is nothing but finding dimensions of the bridge. Here the dimensions are fixed. This dimension is fixed. This span is also fixed. This length of bridge is also fixed. What we need to calculate? We have to calculate only depth of slab required and number of reinforcement bars required of the different dia and spacing required. This is main reinforcement. Main reinforcement will be provided in this shorter direction, and distribution reinforcement will be provided in longer direction. Okay, generally main reinforcement will be provided in shorter direction and distribution reinforcement will be provided in longer direction. Okay, this is about this video. I'll explain a problem in teams. Okay, once again I will explain in detail about the problem. Thank you everyone.